Hi everybody, it's Kasey again and I'm back with another video, this time around to talk about internal friction. So, what is internal friction? Internal friction is when you say or believe that you want to achieve a goal, but you're uncomfortable and unwilling to take the actions you need to take to achieve this goal. And internal friction happens in all aspects, okay? It doesn't have to be just achieving a goal, whether it's $1 million in 4 years. It can be like finding the right guy or any other aspects of your life, okay? And so an example I'm going to use to try to explain this in the best way possible for you guys to understand is many of you probably question why it took Ty 4 years to make his first million. 4 decades, I'm sorry, 4 decades, not 4 years, 4 decades to make his first million. And he'll be the first one to tell you because he told me straight up. It took him 4 decades to make his first million because he had internal friction. Whether it's he didn't know how he was going to make the million, he didn't believe he was going to make the million, he didn't know what steps he needed to take. It was internal friction that was holding him back from making the million. He'll also be the first to tell you that after he made the first million, it took a week to make the second million. And why is that? Because he knew how to make the million. He believed that he could make the million because he made the million already. He didn't have no friction in his head or any doubt that he could make another million after that or another after that, okay? And it all boils down to internal friction. If you want to achieve your goal, you have to get rid of the internal friction. And it's not an easy thing to, well, it is an easy thing to do once you identify it and you know that it's causing friction inside you. But like I said, it happens. I'd be lying to you if I told you I didn't have internal friction or I haven't had internal friction, because we all have internal friction. We all doubt ourselves at times, right? I'd be lying, and I can't stand up here. I can't stand in front of this camera and tell you that I've never doubted myself or that I still don't doubt myself at times. But the fact that I'm identifying that I am doubting myself, and once I think the thought and say, why are you even thinking it, right? For one, Kasey, why are you thinking that way? You don't need that kind of thought. You're wasting your energy on the wrong thought process. 2, you can do it. You can do it and you will do it, okay? Constantly tell myself, I can do it and I will do it. And I'm going to achieve the goals that I want to achieve because I'm not going to let anything stand in my way. If I can identify it and tell you that I'm going through internal friction, then that tells you that I'm willing to do anything necessary to get rid of the internal friction. So if I'm doubting myself, I'm going to tell myself, why are you doubting yourself? You can do it, so don't even think about it, right? And a story that I have for this one, my personal experience with internal friction is I just graduated college. The last semester of my senior year, I needed to take 6 classes. That's 18 hours. Now, mind you, a full-time student takes 12 hours. That's 4 classes. I took 6. I need to take these 6 classes and pass it, and then take 2 CLEP exams, that's credit by examination exams, right? To get credit for 3 other classes that I hadn't taken, but I knew that I could take the exam and CLEP out of it. And those classes were 2 biology courses and a political science course. And looking back after it was explained to me what internal friction is, I had internal friction from the beginning, okay? Mind you, so we'll put that together. I had to CLEP out of 9 hours of classes and take 18 hours of classes. So I had to pass my classes and study for these exams to get 9 hours of credit written off onto my transcript, okay? And so I remember talking to my friends before I was going to take the political science exam, and I just didn't think I could pass it. I was like, no, I don't know if I'm going to go and pay to take the exam because the material is so hard and I don't think I can pass it. And I just don't know, like, what if I don't pass it? If I don't pass it, am I going to go and take the bio one? Am I going to pay for the material to study for that one and take that one and don't pass that one too? Or should I just fold my cards and throw the towel in and just take the classes and graduate at a later date? And so my friend told me, she was like, you'll never know if you don't try. You've been studying so hard, I don't see why you wouldn't pass, okay? So just go take the exam, and if you pass, you pass, right? Looking back, I had internal friction before I even took the exam, okay? If I didn't have internal friction, I would have taken it, passed it like I did because I passed it, okay? And thank God I took it and didn't fold my cards and say, screw it, I'm not going to try. But thank God I took it because I passed it, and then I took the next one for the bio one to clip out of 6 hours, and I passed that. But thinking back, I know I had internal friction. Thinking back now that I know what internal friction is, I had internal friction and this was 3 months ago. This was in March, okay? March, it's about to be June, right? So, internal friction all starts with what you believe that you can do, right? And if you believe that you can do something, then you're going to go and actually do it, right? If there's a will, there's a way, right? If there is a will, there is a way. And so it all starts with, when I look back on my example of the internal friction that I went through, I'm like, wow, I wish I knew, right? I wish I knew that was internal friction. I wish I knew what internal friction was. I wish I knew what was holding me off, what that internal friction was actually holding me back from achieving my goal then. Because at the time, I did not think I could achieve it. So I wasn't even going to try. But if I don't try, how am I going to know? If I don't believe in myself, how am I ever going to achieve my goals? And thinking back, like today, standing here explaining it to you guys, I'm thinking, I wish I knew that. But I didn't know it back then, and you might not know it now, but that's the message I'm trying to get across with this video is, once you get rid of the internal friction you have going on inside you, achieving your goals become easier and easier and easier because you're going to let nothing stand in your way, right? And I wish I had somebody like Ty back then. Even though I knew him back then, he wasn't passing on knowledge and wisdom in this aspect back then. But I wish I had him back then to talk me up. If it wasn't for my best friend telling me to take the exam and just try it. You lose, a couple hundred if you fail, but you tried it, okay? If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have taken it. Even though I spent money on the material and I studied my butt off, right? I had the internal friction, I wasn't going to take it. But looking back, I wish I knew then that it was internal friction and how to handle the internal friction. I know now how to handle internal friction. And you guys might not know, like me back then, 2-3 months ago, what internal friction was and how to handle it. And that's the message I'm trying to get across with this video, is internal friction happens everywhere, okay? Everybody has internal friction, but if you can identify your internal friction and believe that you can actually do it, and you know that it's internal friction, you chip away at it, and you actually believe that you can do it, you're set. You are set. Just believe that you can achieve the goals that you want to achieve and take the necessary steps to achieve this goal, and constantly tell yourself, I can do it. I can do it. You can do it. I can do it. I can do it. Kasey can do it. I'm telling myself all the time, I can do it. You can do it. Kasey, you're tired today? Get up and do it, because you can do it. Okay? So just keep believing that you can do it, and get rid of your internal friction, so that you can start actually putting the energy, time, and effort into achieving your goal. Because sitting there and thinking that you can't achieve your goal, one, that's internal friction, but you're wasting your time and energy on the wrong aspect of what you need to put your time and energy into. So I hope you guys got the message of internal friction in this video. And if you do, please give it a thumbs up. If you don't, oh well. If you like the content that I'm posting up for you guys, please subscribe to our channel and everything. And yeah. So yeah, comment suggestions below. And if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up.